Oh, shit! Let's go, baby! What's up, everybody? Welcome. Let's turn that music down a little bit. Welcome in. It's too loud. Oh, God. Why is that KillJoy Jonathan guy being so loud on the big screen? What's going on with that? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. It is a glorious Friday on this delicious end of the week. God, I'm excited. I love Fridays. They're my favorite day. I'm sure you all would agree. We're talking a little horror tonight. Welcome in. If you have any something you want to throw out there about the current space of horror, you're just like, oh, Jake, I got something raring and ready to go. Throw it at me. I'm ready for it. Me and my way too damn long hair are ready for it. What's up, Paula Fitzhenry? Thank you so much for being a channel member. Appreciate the heck out of you. See you at 7. It's 7:01, baby. My favorite time of the day. Welcome in, Paula. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Rickles Pickles. What's up, dude? How's it going, Pickle Rick? It's 6 for me. Well, aren't you special? You mountain time fella. You mountain time pickle fella. I love it. RJ Skarenki is saying, just watched Scream 6 last night on Showtime and noticed some different things. Tell me what you noticed. Did you pick up anything that you might have missed? My girlfriend just pointed out some really interesting things to me about The Conjuring 2 that I never noticed before. You'll notice that in the background of that flick, the name Valak is back there in so many different moments. And I'm like, I never noticed that. That's so cool. I love little things like that. Horror is known for putting weird little Easter eggs in the background, and it's always fun to find them, I think. I always just stumble on this. I don't know what it is. Necromechanimal. I always want to say it's one thing or the other. What's up, my friend? Thanks for stabbing the chat. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Ryan Swayze's with us as well. What's up, dude? How's it going? Ryan Swayze 88, I should say. The 88th version of him. Welcome in, my friend. Dreadboy Studios. What's up, dude? You're very sick right now. That's no good. Well, I hope you feel better, my friend. I would say eat some chicken noodle soup. There you go. That always helps. Chicken noodle soup and a live stream ought to help you. What a combination. Welcome in, though. I appreciate you hanging out with me when you're sick, though, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Sanaya, what's up? How's it going? Hey, Jake, hey, how you doing? Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you. I think I got your name right this time, too. I'm kind of proud of myself, if I don't say so myself. Antonis, what's up, dude? How's it going? Hello. Thank you for being a channel member. Appreciate the heck out of you. Gorg is saying, is it bad that I still don't know what literature is? No comment. I plead the fifth. Gorg, welcome in, my friend. I appreciate it. Do a little Google search and you will be fine, my friend. Legion is with us tonight. What's up, dude? How's it going? Thank you for being a channel member. Really appreciate your guys' support tonight. Saying, Jake, what's up? What is up, my friend? What is up, my friend? A little scary movie clip for you.
What's up?
I haven't done that one in a minute, so I had to do it. What's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Scott, same to you. Yo. Love the profile picture, Scott. What's going on there? That's got to be like a metal album or something, right? I love that. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yo. Buttface? You're a buttface. You're a buttface. Madison is sitting right behind me, just for the record. Hello. Welcome in. Sanaya is saying Kevin Bacon, or however you say his last name. I'm sorry, that's really funny. Bacon, it's Bacon, like Baconator. I call him the Baconator personally. That's what I like calling him. Kevin the Baconator Bacon. He is very cute. He's a very hot silver fox man, I would say, and he's gonna kill it in Maxine. I'm very excited for it. Very fun stuff. And you're ready for Long Legs and Twisters? Me too. Long Legs cannot come soon enough. That one in Cuckoo, I am dying to see. Dying. Yo, Jake, what's up? Jace Crawford? How you doing, buddy? What's up? I love the Michael Myers skateboard and profile picture, by the way. That's awesome. You even got like the 90s like skater lens and all that. I love it. Oh my God. The attention to detail is fantastic there, Jace. Great stuff. Mr. Rick, what's up, my friend? You love chatting about fun horror. I love that you got a red right hand profile picture, my friend. Hell yeah. Devil Ghostface for the W, my friend. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited for you to see what we're cooking up right now. We just finished the sound design today, and oh my God, whew, there's some nasty stuff in that. If you guys were worried, if you're like, oh man, I don't know, maybe Jake's new thing is gonna suck. I promise you it won't. If you're not impressed in the first minute, I don't know what to tell you. That's all I'm gonna say. Ashley S is with us. Thanks for being a channel member to you as well. What's up, Ashley? How you doing? Howdy, hey friends. What's up? What's up? Sanaya was gonna take a nap. She was finna take a nap, but I was like, let me go talk to Jake. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You've already added a lot to the chat, can I say? Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for pointing out how fucking hot Kevin Bacon is. Sizzles like that delicious meat. Well, I'm talking about bacon. I'm not a sexual thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up. Jake, do you think 2024 is a better year for horror than 2023? Ooh, see, that's tough. Because that actually brings us right into one of our topics tonight, Ryan, which I'm glad you asked, because we have a brand new horror movie that came out today. It's called The Watchers. It comes from Ishana Night Shyamalan. That is, of course, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Now, I was going into this with not really any expectations. I was just kind of like, I just want to see what this is all about. Maybe it's something good, maybe it's not. It was fine. I gave it like a 6 out of 10, which I feel like is fair. It's got some plot holes to it. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. I know this is a relatively new film. Going to give a spoiler-free review because I didn't get to it today, unfortunately. Was not able to make a video. But it's a film that it's laced with a lot of plot holes, but it is a very fun movie. It's got a great atmosphere to it and a lot going on. There's a lot of things going on in that flick that I really enjoyed. But what I will say is I think 2024 has not so far is not quite yet a better year for horror, but that could change. I think this year has the potential to be a better year for horror than 2023. But a lot of the releases I'm excited for, at least for me, like the ones that I was like the top of my list the most excited for, are coming out this month, July, and October and September, I'm pretty sure. Because, like, listen, we've gotten some junk this year. Let's be honest. We had Night Swim, Strangers Chapter 1, what was the other one? Imaginary, Tarot, Founders Day. All of them were like, wow, I can't believe I actually paid money to see these. Yikes. So we've had some hits, we've had some misses, we've had a few middling movies too. But I really think that 2024 has the potential to be a better year for horror than 2023. But you gotta remember, as much as 2023 might have felt like a letdown to so many people, don't forget, we were just coming off what is, in my opinion, one of the best years for horror ever after 2023, which was 2022, a standout year for horror that I'm sure we'll be talking about 10 years, 10, 20, 30 years from now in the future. Years like 1978, 1981, 1984, 1996, like years like that. Like, in my opinion, 2022 is up there if we're talking about best years for horror ever. Oh my god, we got some good movies that year. Barbarian, Terrifier 2, those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head, damn it. There's a lot of good movies that came out in that year, though, is my point. So 2023 might have felt like a letdown for some people, but we got some good movies last year, man. We got Talk to Me, we got Megan. I'm struggling here. I don't know why I can't think of more than like 2 movies that came out last year. We got a lot of good movies last year, though, is my point. Godzilla -1, that's a horror movie. If you guys saw it on Netflix, that's a damn horror movie, ladies and gentlemen. We got some good movies last year. Infinity Pool. How could I forget about Infinity Pool? Oh, Brandon Cronenberg at his best. Come on, that was awesome. Scream 6. I know some people are gonna be like, dude, we got Scream 6 last year, man. Come on now. But Ryan, that's an excellent question, my friend. I think 2024 so far, no, is not a better year for horror than 2023, but has the potential. We got Alien Romulus on the horizon. We got Terrifier 3, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one that pushes us forward, I think. We got Longlegs. We got Cuckoo. We got Twisters? Question mark? Is that a horror movie? I mean, Twisters are scary, in my opinion, at least. Okay, I've spent a lot of time on that question. Let's move on. I'm so sorry. That's a great question, though, Ryan. I love it. Ty Lee is going to finish The Sacrament tonight. Excellent movie. I don't know. It's a Ty West movie, and it's very engaging. I don't even like cult movies that much. Dude, I love that one. It's one of the most underrated from Mr. Ty West. I really like it. It's not like don't go into this movie expecting more of X or Pearl, where it's like just balls to the wall action. It's a much slower burn, but it's got great payoff, in my opinion. Something I've always wanted to see in a cult horror movie, too. I feel like they execute really well in the third act of that one. It's got some great characters. It's very engaging. It's kind of found footage. There's a lot going for that one. I really like it. The Sacrament rocks. Scott, it's 11:02 on a Saturday for you? Holy crap. My dude's in the future. I love it. I love it, Scott. Thanks for being here. Bobby G, y'all. What's up, dude? How you doing? I love the Sideshow Bob in the profile picture, man. What's up, dude? First time live in a while. Let's go. Bobby G, I appreciate you hanging out with us. We missed ya. We missed ya. We missed ya. We missed ya. Deegan is with us too. Thanks for being a channel member. Appreciate it. Saying, saw In a Violent Nature twice. Really liked it. Wasn't huge on the ending though. Should scratch my slasher itch until Maxine and hopefully a Terrifier 3 release this month. Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Deegan. Dude, I loved In a Violent Nature. I like my favorite horror movie of the year so far. It scratched the itch of, I've been wanting, like, here's the thing. We've gotten some good slashers in the last couple of years, right? But In a Violent Nature fucking rocked because it felt like a brand new Jason Voorhees movie, which I feel like we haven't really gotten something that feels true to a classic Friday movie in a very long time. And that movie just, it scratched that itch for me. It rocked. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It had some great kills. Some people say it's boring, say, oh man, I don't want to see this guy walking the whole time. For me, I would rather watch this guy walk through the woods than be forced to sit in a room with boring teenager characters that all they want to talk about is, ooh, we might do this or that, and then they die. It had, like, we've seen that played out 1,000 times since the 80s, man. Come on, give me something else. This was something else, and I appreciated it. Chris Nash, he's got my attention. Whatever he does next, I'm here for it. Noah Atkinson, thank you for being a member, my friend. Appreciate you. Saying, what's up, Jake? Just got to the chat. Well, thanks for being here. Better late than never, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're just getting started, baby. We're going for 2 fucking hours tonight. Oh, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun one. Khalifa, Mia Khalifa's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, dog? I will be celebrating in 2025. Can't wait for Scream 7. I'm excited for Scream 7, too. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to be honest. I was on the fence about the film, but after my most recent conversation with Ryan C. Showers, I'm hyped up again. Dude's got his excitement for the film is very infectious, so I'm pretty excited for it too now. I love me some Scream, and I just want this film to be good. We got Kevin Williamson in the director's chair. We got Nev Campbell back as Sidney Prescott. There's a lot of positives so far. So I hope the positives just keep coming in, and it's not too much more negatives. Fingers crossed, of course. Knocking on wood. My desk is made of wood, I promise. Is it? I can't confirm that. Is this particle board? Maybe? I don't know. What's up with that? Ghostface, what's up, dog? How you doing? You had a very crappy week. I'm so sorry. I did too, if it makes you feel better. Your streams usually put me in a good mood, so glad to be here, man. Good. I hope I can fix it for you. Fix your mood up a little bit for the weekend. Because it's time to rest. It's time to chill the fuck out and have a good time. So let's work on that, man. Let's have some fun tonight. Ask some silly questions, and I will give you some silly answers, my friend. Ashley is getting over a stomach bug in the household. Wow, a lot of people are not having good weeks. Dear God, it's been a rough one, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Ashley. That sucks. It's no good. Chicken noodle soup, baby. That's all I can say. Aiden V, what's up, dude? Do you think the villain from In a Violent Nature looking like a minion has a deeper meaning, or is it just me? Yes, I do believe that In a Violent Nature was a deep philosophical commentary on the Despicable Me franchise. I will be focusing the rest of the stream on this comment, by the way. No, I've seen a lot of people point this out, including Master of Horror Stephen King, by the way. We can't let that go to the wayside. Like, the fact that Stephen King thinks that Johnny looks like a rusty minion is fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, he does. And honestly, I don't think this had been pointed out to me until my second viewing of the film, and I think it's hilarious. I'm like, that's so funny. Fucking rusty minion. Does it have a deeper meaning? We'll just have to see. Maybe in the sequel we meet this version of Gru, some guy with a very long nose who's evil that Johnny works for. I would love that. Nothing would make me happier. That would be hilarious. Uh-oh. Just Jess is with us tonight. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? How you doing? It's hard to trust a person after they say they don't like Conway Twitty, don't you think? I don't know. It's kind of hard to trust people who like country music. That's all I'm saying. Just my thoughts here. Little inside joke for the other 46 people watching. That might be like, what the fuck's going on here? My introduction to Conway Twitty, by the way, was through Family Guy. So that's the only way I knew the fella. The only way that I knew that fella. I don't know. Locked is with us tonight. What's up, dude? Locked is going to be joining me for an excellent chat coming up soon here. And if any members are like, hey, listen, I want to get on a stream, I want to talk about some movies or whatnot. We're talking about all 12 of the Friday movies. We did the last one this past Wednesday, and this upcoming Thursday, the 13th. Ooh, it's not quite Friday, but it's close enough. Excuse me. We're talking about all of the Friday films moving forward for the next like 11 weeks or so. So if anyone wants to talk a little Friday for my channel members out there, just throwing it out there. Locked is saying 2022 is gonna be a hard year to beat with this whole decade. I agree, dude. 2024's got potential though, dude. Listen, in 2022 we had Terrifier 2, which was excellent, a big standout from that year. But we got Terrifier 3 this year, which I feel could top that last one. It could, potentially, maybe not, but it could. Who knows? We'll just have to see though. I mean, there's a great lots to talk about there. I think there's gonna be a debate at the end of the year of which year was better for horror. What's the best year that starts with 202? That killed it the most. We'll just have to see. I'm excited to find out. My chunky Jordy, what's up? What's up, dog? How you doing? Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Jake needs to watch big blockbuster films more. I do watch them. I just don't review them as much. I don't have a lot to say about them more often than not. And I also feel like with this being a horror page, I don't know if people would be as interested in reviews on those movies. But I think I'm gonna start talking. I think I'm gonna start doing bigger like deep dive videos moving forward. I'm this close to taking that step. I'm this close. I got a few more things behind the scenes old Jake is working on, but I want to start doing like bigger deep dive videos into movies I love. The updates are fun. They're great. I love doing them, but I just feel like I could just kind of do that with shorts on this page or live streams like this. I want to start doing videos on bigger topics other than just what's the latest news, I guess. So I'm excited for it. I'm so ready for Maxine. Me too. Very excited for Maxine. This is another one that I feel like could push this year over. If Maxine's good, if it's better than X and Pearl, which, well, that's another thing that's going to be hard to do. We'll just have to see though, Ashley. Yes, I'm excited for it. Saw X and Talk to Me, Evil Dead Rise, When Evil Lurks, all great movies from 2023. It was an excellent year for horror, man. It was an excellent year. Very good stuff there. X and Pearl came out in 2022. Second half of 2024 is going to be crazy for horror. I agree. Perp-minded. Cut it, Casper. That's a rep. That's one of my favorite quotes from Scream. I think that's so funny. Makes me laugh every time. Old Tatum getting her neck broken in the garage. Jeez. That's the strongest garage door I've ever seen in a horror movie. That's brutal. I love the sound of... I think the sound effect there is so underrated. When her head gets snapped, it's like this quick sound. I love it. Makes me so happy every single time. Ashley is not a fan of the Quiet Place movies. You know, it seems like a lot of people... It seems like a lot of people out there are not big fans of the Quiet Place movies, which is so interesting. These movies like made a crazy amount of money. I've tried doing content on them in the past, and like it always bombs. My friend Evan is struggling with this too. He made a video on the first A Quiet Place, and it like really severely did not do the same amount of numbers as some of his other stuff, which makes me so sad. I don't know. I think there is a lot to talk about with the Quiet Place franchise. I've never been like over the moon about them, you know? But it seems like they should have a fan base. I don't know. It's interesting to me. There's just not the Quiet Place fans are not here on YouTube, is what I've learned. But it's interesting. It fascinates me. I like them. They're fun. They're fun movies. I've never been like, oh my God, you got to see A Quiet Place. You know, I'm not like losing my mind over them. But there's some good stuff in those movies. They're fun. Locked is saying, I think Terrifier 3 could be great, but Terrifier caught some lightning in a bottle, and I think that will be hard to replicate. Lauren Lavera, the box office darling it was, and the general positivity that of Terrifier 2, of course. No, I mean, great. Listen, all great points. Terrifier 3, it's going to be tough. You know, it is definitely going to be tough to top this to top Terrifier 2 with how explosive it was. And I hope it's not a diminishing return. I really hope not. I'm hearing some really good things about it, though. I've heard nothing but good. I've heard nothing but good things from it so far. So I'm excited. I hear the gore is disgusting. I'm hearing some of the kills are great, and I'm just excited to see where the story takes us too. You know, I think that's such an underrated element to Terrifier 2 at this point. Terrifier 1 was pretty devoid of story, but Terrifier 2 I felt like stepped it up big time. I love the story in that flick. I don't know. So I'm excited to see where Terrifier 3 takes it. I think that's a big area that they can even push further, have an even more compelling story in T3 versus the last two flicks, which was, once again, could make a big argument for the flick saying like, oh, this is the best one. We'll just have to see, though. We'll have to see. Oh, shit. Dylan and Luke from Splattercast out here gifting 5 KillJoy Jake memberships. I appreciate it, my dudes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go check out their page, ladies and gentlemen. They got some awesome stuff over there. I'm constantly doing collabs with them, and you might have just seen Dylan on the page this past Wednesday, talking a little Friday the 13th. So if you're interested in all that kind of fun content, the stuff like a lot of the stuff I do here, or at whatever the fuck. Go check out his page too. He does some great stuff, some great coverage of some even weirder movies than what I cover. So if you're into that, check it out. Dylan, thank you so much for the memberships, by the way, man. I really appreciate that. Who got him? Speaking of, what's going on? Someone's grabbing my goddamn thing here. I don't know what's going on. Mr. Rick got a membership. Denisha Lane got a membership. Jace Crawford, King Parham, and TJ Sanders. Welcome to the fold, my friends. Sip up on the Kool-Aid. Enjoy. There's nothing else in it, I promise. Anyways, let's get back to this. Thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate you. You're so cute. I'd give you a kiss on the mouth right now if you were here, in fact. Isaiah Patterson is saying, I'm doing good, just chilling. Good, Isaiah. I'm so good to hear that, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. Mr. Rick is saying, do you have any advice or tips for Horror Hound or any conventions? This is my first. Oh, dude. Advice I will give you is, you're going to be standing a lot. So whatever you got to do to mentally prepare for that, do it. Bring a water bottle. Wear shoes that are comfortable. This is something that I've noticed a lot recently. I have worn like flip-flops to conventions before, and that was such a mistake. But my first convention ever, I was in like flip-flops and and like socks, I think. So no, wear good shoes. Like if you have to buy shoes, do it, dude. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Because you're gonna be standing all day. Like if you want to wait for anything, you're gonna have to. Dylan's like, oh, I'll take it. Not the reaction I was expecting, if I'm being honest, but hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Gabe Houghton, dude, thank you for the $30. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the support. You're at work, but you have a question. The time jump for Scream 7 could be used to fill in the time for Carpenter Sisters' story later. Ooh, okay, so let's dissect this. The time jump for Scream 7, it could be used to fill in time for the Carpenter Sisters story for later. So you're saying like the story for the Carpenter I'm sorry, I'm really trying to dissect this. Like that could be happening in the background is what you're saying, and now that we're doing the time jump for 7, which will focus on Sydney, there's still potential there for a Carpenter's sister story sometime in the future, is what you're saying. I've thought about this a lot, Gabe. I honestly, with how much Melissa Barrera especially loves this franchise and how much effort she has put into just like kind of defending her position as Sam Carpenter as one of the other final girls here, I really think she could come back at some point. I really do. I would love to see it too. I would love to see her come back and lead another one of these movies at some point. The problem is with how much beef there has been between Spyglass and Melissa, I just don't think it'll happen between those two at this point. Sometime in the future, though, I'm sure the rights will be relinquished and go to somebody else. And then yeah, I'm sure we could get another one with Sam Carpenter in the lead. There's enough fans of the Core 4 in general that it could happen again at some point in the future. And I would love it. I would really love to see another one with Sam Carpenter in the lead. And like you said, if they do a time jump, they could just be like, oh, this movie, let's say we get Scream 10 at some point, right? We get Scream 7, 8, and 9, this rumored trilogy we're getting of Scream films. That focus on Sidney Prescott, wrap up her story. Maybe we go back to Sam Carpenter after that. I wouldn't be against that. That'd be fun. We're hearing about more projects that Melissa Barrera is attached to. A lot of people are talking about how her career is dead. I disagree personally. I think she's doing pretty good. She's had a lot of movies come out recently, and she's being attached to more and more projects. I think it'll happen at some point in the future. So don't lose hope. At some point, I'm sure we'll see her back in one of these movies again. Even if we have to wait until Scream 10, I'm here for it. I'd love to see her and Jenna and the entire Core 4 come back at some point. I love them all. I have my opinion on the time jump has shifted a little bit. If we only do a couple of years into the future to age Sydney's kids up, that's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. I say go for it. Make it happen. Especially because I would like to see Sydney's kids be characters. I think that's very fitting. I think it works with the story that they're trying to tell. But also if they're gonna do like a new trilogy, like I say, like start it off where the kids are kids and then they grow up throughout the trilogy of Ghostfaces trying to attack them. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what they end up doing. But I just hope it's good. I really hope it's good. It sounds like a recipe for success, right? I'm thinking about the 28 Days Later franchise, how they're continuing that right now. The first movie in this brand new trilogy of 28 Years Later is being written and directed by the same people that did the original, and we're kind of in the same boat here with Scream. We have Kevin Williamson directing, likely being a large creative force on the film. Kind of in the same boat. Like, I feel like we're going to get the franchise back on track, make things work again, and then hopefully have a good new trilogy under our belts. You know, fingers crossed, if all the rumors are true, of course. A lot of speculation there, but we got it. I need some more information, basically, is where I'm at. We still just need a bigger update before we can really say one way or the other. But so far, I think it's mostly been positive things. I've been pretty doom or gloom because I think a lot of this negative news has just been kind of, it's been butts. It's been hella butts, and it makes me sad. And butts are full of poop, as a lot of you know. That logic makes sense. Don't worry about it. Gabe, I appreciate the $30 though, man. And I just hope Scream 7's good, man. I had such a blast with 5 and 6. It would make me so sad if 7 sucked. Antidus, thank you for the 5, dude. Appreciate you a whole bunch. Quiet Place was officially announced yesterday as a maze for Halloween Horror Nights in 2024. You are correct, sir. And I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun. I wonder if there's actually an interactive feature there where it's like if you're too loud, oh, they're coming for you, you know, that kind of thing. That could be fun. I was thinking about that a lot. We got a lot of interesting updates in the past couple of days. Some really fun stuff. I don't know if I've talked about the Maxine clip yet. I have talked about the Maxine clip. Maxine clip came out today. There was something else and I completely forgot, and I was like, oh, that's really exciting. And it's slipping me now. Oh, Blumhouse announced like a shit ton of stuff regarding video games. They're coming out with like a whole new branch of video games, which I'm really excited to play some of those. Those look fun. There's a lot of weird news, like not stuff I was like gonna make a video about, but ooh, it was interesting though, nonetheless. So Antidus, I hope you enjoy that for Halloween Horror Nights if you're able to go. I don't think old Jake's gonna make it, but fingers crossed, you never know. I hope. It would be a lot of fun. Those tickets are pricey though, my friends. Oh, yikes. Splattercast is saying how we feeling about The Thing remastered. Speaking of horror video games, we got even more news there. Yeah, the Thing video game, like the old school one, I think it was like PS1, PS2 era, I want to say, off the top of my head. It's getting a remaster. It's coming to Steam, which is where old Jake's going to play it. It's also going to be on like PS5 and all that shit. But dude, I am hyped. I never played the original game myself, but I have seen footage from it, and it looks a lot like your old school, like Silent Hill or Resident Evil style gameplay. And it looks like they've taken that and just like upped the graphics a little bit for the remaster. Where like if we're gonna compare that to, I'm ignoring somebody. Is Teddy in the chat? Okay, I'm gonna say hi to Teddy in 2 seconds. I'm sorry, lots of exciting stuff to talk about here. No, Thing remaster, real quick, getting back to that. Yes, I'm really excited for it. They're doing a different style of remaster than what typically happens with these. Like, so they have like the new like Unreal Engine or whatever for like the Resident Evil remakes, which makes it a totally different game. It's like third person and you're kind of like controlling it like some of the more modern Resident Evil games. Like if we're talking about like 5 or 4 kind of style games like that. That's how the remakes have been for those. But for this, it looks like the same game just with better graphics, which I think is going to be really fun. Makes it feel a little more retro. And I'm so down for it, dude. I'm very, very excited for this as well. And once I get the gaming channel going, I'm doing it. I'm playing it on there. Clayton, what is up, my friend? How are you doing? I'm not ignoring you, I promise. There's just a lot of fun horror news today. Clayton is a buddy of mine all the way over in the UK. How you doing, my silent friend? Welcome, welcome. Best horror movie of all time? For me, it's The Fly, baby. Love The Fly. Ooh, it fucks. In fact, I want to do a big video on it this month if I have time, but no promises. Making a short film is harder than you think. So I'm still busting my ass on all that, but yeah, The Fly, I don't know, it rocks. I want to do a big video on it, just big old fat appreciation post so I can nut all over it. Anyways, Sanaya is saying, are you excited for Thanksgiving too? You know I am. Shania. I always want to say Shania, but that's not right. I'm never going to pronounce this name right. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited for Thanksgiving too. I love Eli Roth. I love a lot of his movies. Thanksgiving rocked. It was one of my favorites from last year for sure. It was so bloody and gory and so over the top, just like a lot of his other movies. It was a treat. It felt like a requel in its own weird kind of way. Just like a throwback to like old style Eli Roth stuff like Hostel or Cabin Fever. Dark sense of humor and dark shit happening to characters. It's a great mix. I love it. I can't get enough of it, in fact. So yes, I'm so excited for Thanksgiving too. I can't wait for the next one. I hope we round out a whole trilogy, if I'm being real. Let's see it happen. Who's going to be the killer this time around, though? That's a big question I have. Are we going to bring back the old killer? Like, we kind of got that tease at the end of the last Thanksgiving that it was like, oh, he might still be out there. Is it going to be a murder mystery again or not? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm open to it. I'm open to whatever they end up doing, though. Laura Palmer, what's up, Laura? How you doing? I've read that in T3, Damien is going to introduce fresh ideas and take bold storytelling risks to create a new and exciting experience. What risks do you think Leone can take in T3? Quick water break, and I promise I'm going to answer this. I won't leave you in suspense for too long, my friend. So a big thing I'm hearing about it is that they're going to wean off of the supernatural elements, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'm on the fence about it. I got to see it executed before I'm like 100% one way or the other. That seems to be like a big criticism of Terrifier 2. People did not like the supernatural elements just kind of throwing our characters one way or the other and just kind of being like, I think some people looked at it as like, this is an excuse to just make things happen. But for me, like how I was watching Terrifier 2, I'm like, they're clearly going to answer this in the next one. Like this is all leading up to one big answer at some point down the road. And for me personally, I don't need the answers to have a good time with a story. Like if you want to have some crazy shit happen, have some crazy shit happen. As long as it's not like a plot hole or works against a theme or whatever, I'm here for it. They're saying that this one's going to feel a lot more like the original flick, where it's a lot more brutal, more down to earth, but it's going to have those good storytelling elements of 2. Once again, that could be a good thing. Who knows? But I really liked the supernatural elements of Terrifier 2. It reminded me of a Freddy Krueger movie in a good way. Not so much to the point where I felt like they were copying it, but it just felt like homage. It was fun. The whole Clown Cafe sequence just feels like one big Nightmare on Elm Street dream sequence, and it was fun. I mean, it literally starts with Sienna falling asleep, and then she gets attacked by Art the Clown. That's awesome. That's sweet. It's homage. It's wonderful. I would hate to see that lost in Terrifier 3, but again, I do love me some scary shit, too, at the end of the day. So if they just go all in on that and it totally works and I'm not even thinking about that watching Terrifier 3, okay, hell yeah. Just keep your lore consistent and all that, and I think it could work. Because again, I think another thing that Terrifier 3 can improve upon is even telling an even more like interesting story. Terrifier 2's story is really well done. It is kind of just your basic slasher story though, but it's done well. You don't got to reinvent the wheel to impress old Jake, you know? If you just do something well and you do it right, fuck yeah, I'm impressed. So whatever Damien decides to do here in 3, I'm sure it's going to be good, and I'm sure it's going to be the right direction for the franchise. I trust the dude. He knows what he's doing. I'm here for it. Terrifier 3, let's make it happen. And then I can't wait for Terrifier 4, because he's also talked a little bit about that too. So it's going to be a tetralogy from what I know about Terrifier thus far. But I can't wait, Laura. That's a great question, by the way. That is a great question, because it's very general, right? We got that information like right when Terrifier 3 got announced, that it was going to be like a completely different feeling movie than 2. It's going to be a shorter film as well. So that has us anytime something changes, right, that has us a little worried. But I think it's going to work because it is coming from the same people that made 1 and 2. So I think it's going to be great. I'm very excited for it. Trayvon King, what's up, dude? You just hopped on stream. Summer Games Fest was sad. Those are a lot. I was like, what are those emojis? Lots of sad emojis. Well, I'm so sorry you didn't enjoy it, my friend. That's no good. No good at all. Aiden V is saying, who's your favorite celebrity cameo in horror? Okay, I just found out about this recently. Blew my mind. Did not know this was a thing. Apparently in Jurassic World, there is a cameo from one of my all-time favorite people who has ever lived, and that is Jimmy Buffett. Dear God. Madison can't contain herself right now. She's losing her mind. I love Jimmy Buffett with my whole damn heart. I just think if anybody has won at life, if anybody has just truly won at life and did everything right, it was Jimmy Buffett. My dude monetized going on vacation. He decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a living off of going on vacation for the rest of my life. That's genius. Fuck yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Rock on. R.I.P. And goddamn, I wish I was in Margaritaville. So yes, Aiden V, that's my favorite. He's running around with 2 margaritas in his hands for like a split second in Jurassic World. That's my favorite one. Number 1 of all time. But also, Wishmaster is just a movie that is full of cameos. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's excellent for horror fans. That is a movie that, like, name a horror celebrity who was big in the late 90s. They're in that movie for like a split second, and it's hilarious. I love it. That's another good one. I don't talk about Wishmaster that much on this page, but a really fun, like, campy B-movie style feel. I love it. It's a good one. Mr. Rick is saying, without the supernatural, how do you explain giving birth to a head? I think they're going to, like, address that all of those things still happened in Terrifier 2, but you just won't see that happening as much in T3. Like, moving forward, we probably won't have Sienna have a bunch of light shoot through her open wound and magically have it heal with the sword, and then she cuts off Art's head. It's gonna probably be more like actual shit that could happen, because I think in a way some people can watch Terrifier 1 then watch T2. I disagree with this, but I've heard this take before. Some people can watch T1 then T2 and be like, well, you know, all those deaths kind of meant nothing because you can just bring people back to life now, apparently. I don't know. There are way worse offenders, in my opinion. Like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, come on, dog. We're talking about bringing Iron Man back, and I'm like, if they do that, I'm checked out forever, dude. Like, no way. They bring Iron Man back, I'm out. That death made Endgame. Come on now. Come on now, dog. Can't be bringing people back all the time. Sometimes a death is a death. I don't think they'll go that far with Terrifier 3, personally, but we'll have to see. Jimmy Buffett is iconic and always will be. You're damn right, Jess. You're damn right, Jessica. You know what's up. Dominic Missouri is saying, yeah, out of all the horror icons, he is the worst as far as I want to kick him. Are you talking about Art? You want to kick him in the face? I mean, I think we all kind of want to kick Art the Clown in the face. He's a goofy goober. I love him to death, personally. He's my favorite. He's my favorite killer. He cracks me up. Art the Clown could do no wrong, in my opinion. Olaf the Snowman is saying, Jake, my brother, how's it hanging? I'm over here melting my ass off. That's no good. It's a hot one today. Any new Scream 7 updates? What's the news today? Let me guess, a cartoon spinoff on Saturday mornings. I mean, that's probably where they're going to go next. If Scream 7 flops, they're going to make an anime out of it. I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that at all. Spyglass needs to make their money. But, Scream 7 updates, there's been nothing official. Like, I haven't even seen any rumors. No one's even making up rumors over on Twitter anymore. Like, I can't believe it. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. I'm very excited to see what ends up happening. I know that they're going to be filming in fall. That is a rumor, but apparently it came from Nev Campbell. She told a fan that, supposedly. So my guess is that we do get some Scream 7 updates soon. Like, I think this month we will get something. Like, something concrete, not just me coming on here being like, take this with a grain of salt, you know, a little pinch and all that. No, I think we're getting something concrete this month. We have to if they're filming in the fall. They got to announce the rest of the cast and all that. Come on now. And I wouldn't take that cast list seriously from before. By the way, I did report on that because it was like a lot of people were like, oh, this is the cast list for Scream 7. It got leaked. I don't know about that. We had one of the actual actresses that were announced on that cast list say, yeah, no, I'm not in Scream 7. That's a bunch of BS. I bet she was like, I wish, but no. So I wouldn't take that. I'd take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if any of that's happening. But we'll have to see. What's your favorite type of horror movies? Slasher, psychological, found footage? I mean, that's so tough. I think I have favorites in all of those realms. You know, like Terrifier 2, one of my all-time favorites. I love Terrifier 2. It's fucking awesome. I've seen it like probably 10, 20 times now. I also love The Fly though, and that's like psychological sci-fi horror, body horror. I can get into that too. I really like things like typically anything that is like genuinely scary, has a ton of gore, has some brutal murders. Shit like that's usually my cup of tea. But I also like when, you know, the murders mean something too. I don't just like watching mindless gore. I mean, sometimes I do. Like Terrifier 2's got some really fun moments, but it elicits different emotions for me, and that's what I vibe with it. Sometimes you can have a really emotional and powerful kill mean something totally different than what it usually does in a slasher movie. You can have some kind of theme behind it. You could have like, the reason this person is killing this person. You could be cheering for that person, or you could be like completely emotionally distraught by that. It's why horror is my favorite genre, because you can make murder elicit so many different emotions, and that's so interesting to me. So I don't know, for me it's like just horror in general, anything that's fucking scary and has like just something brutal, off the beaten path kind of storylines. That's my draw to this genre as a whole overall. I love found footage though. I mean, I could watch even the worst found footage flick I'm entertained by. I don't know, I just love it. We watched what was it called, Amber Alert, recently. I loved that movie. That they clearly made that for like $300. I don't care. That was so fucking fun. That was intense the whole time. Like, I loved that movie to death. And Frogman, why is no one talking about Frogman? I love Frogman. That was awesome too. And they also clearly made that movie for like a couple $1,000. I loved it. Which one? And I gotta say this because it is Madison's favorite. Phoenix Forgotten fucking rocks too. Produced by Mr. Ridley Scott. It's also kind of about aliens. Kind of. It's about aliens. The real story is kind of not about aliens, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. Phoenix Forgotten rocks. I loved that one too. That was really fun. Antidus throwing $5 out there. Dude, thank you so much. And a great question here. Did you hear that we are getting a Hostel TV show now? I've been waiting for a new Hostel project for years. I loved that franchise. It's so gory. And this is another great example that ties perfectly into what I was just saying. A TV show, okay, hang on, pause. It's gore that means something, right? There's a lot of themes to Hostel. It's all about how we look at other countries and we're like, oh, we're scared of that shit and all that, and it's fucked. We also have Americans going into other countries and just kind of doing whatever the fuck they want. There's stories about that like pretty much every year. And it sucks. It's not a good thing. It's disrespectful. Doesn't make us look good. It sucks. A lot of horror movies are based on that too. If it's Hostel, Infinity Pool, those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head. But it's interesting that there's at least two that I can think of. Hostel TV show, very excited for though. I can't wait. It is coming from It's coming from Eli Roth as well, which is great. I love that these franchises are being continued by their original creators. Nothing wrong with other people tackling different franchises. Your boy has praised the Evil Dead franchise for doing that recently. I mean, fuck, we have 2 new Evil Dead movies coming from completely different up-and-comers, which I think is so exciting. And I still got to see the Yuma County movie. I can't remember, Last Stop in Yuma County or whatever. I still got to see that. I watched Infested and that rocked. But staying on topic here, Hostel, the TV show, I'm excited to see what they end up doing here. I'm always a little wary whenever something gets announced as being on TV from a big movie franchise. Typically, I don't know. I don't know how I always feel about that. Sometimes it's like, whatever. But I look at the Evil Dead TV show again, compared to those movies. And the TV show rocks. Why? Because you had Sam Raimi, Robert Tapert, Bruce Campbell all working on it and kind of expanding the franchise to TV versus just some other person. Like, look at Rings of Power right now. The reason Rings of Power isn't working for so many people, and I promise you I will not be like the rest of the other white dudes on the internet right now complaining about a woman lead. That's not the problem. That's awesome. The problem with it is the stories aren't well written, and it sucks. The casting's actually great. I think Morfydd Clark is Galadriel's fantastic. The problem is the writing is nothing like what Peter Jackson and Philippa Boyens. I can't think of the other. What's her name? I can't think of the other writer from Lord of the Rings, but it's nothing like how they wrote those movies, and that's the problem with it. It just feels like a worse version of Game of Thrones from the 2 episodes that I watched of it. I just wasn't crazy about it. It's not the same. I think when you do apply something to TV from a big movie franchise, you have to have the same creatives or it's going to flop because you typically don't have the same attention to detail in TV shows that you do with movies. There are a ton of exceptions if we're talking about Succession, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, the list goes on. The Sopranos, another great one, The Bear. But not all shows are like that, and especially not horror TV shows, which is such a shame because there's so many great horror IPs that could be awesome TV shows. I think this one's going to be great, though, because you got Eli Roth working on it alongside producers from the original 2 Hostel movies. So I think this show's going to rock, personally. I'm very excited for this one. And speaking of which, we also have a Creep TV show coming out. Super excited for that, too. Also coming from the people that made those 2 movies. So that one's going to be good, too, I think. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. In all things, it's always about execution. So as long as they execute it right and it's good, it's well done. It sounds like it'll be good, but it does sound like Eli Roth has a lot on his plate. If there's anything I'm worried about, that maybe Eli Roth is just doing too much, spread a little too thin. He's working on a bunch of movies right now. If it's Thanksgiving 2, Borderlands, he's kind of done with that. But I don't know. He's got a lot on his plate. He's got a lot going on. So I just hope it's good. There's also little talks and rumors through the grapevine that a Cabin Fever TV show. Did I say that right? Why does that sound wrong to me? I don't know. That's also apparently happening from old Mr. Roth. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. I'm very excited for it though, because I love that franchise. And by that franchise, I mean the first 2 movies. I don't count the 3rd one. Come on now. Antinous, thank you for the 5. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Oh, shit. We got Killian J. Jacobs in the chat. What is up? This is my esteemed lawyer. He's taking on the case of Melissa versus Spyglass. Dear God. Killian, good luck with that, my friend. Dear Lord, that's going to be a lot. It's going to be a whole lot going on there. I haven't thought about Killian J. Jacobs in such a long time. I haven't needed legal defense in a long time. But welcome in, my friend. Thanks for being here. Amber Alert is awesome. The last 10 minutes were intense. Yes, they were. Drizzy Fest. Thank you for being a member, by the way, my friend. Appreciate you. The Bay is a good found footage film. It is. The Bay rocks. I really like The Bay. It's an underrated one, too. It kind of, like, when found footage was really popping off in, like, the early 2010s, this was one of those movies that came out of nowhere. And it kind of, like, immediately fell under the radar. Phoenix Forgotten is one of those, too. But The Bay is another one where I'm just like, I don't know. No one talks about that. It's a good movie. It's a really interesting one. Some body horror in there. Some creepy shit going on. I like it. What's a better torture franchise, Saw or Hostel? See, I gotta go with Saw just based on quantity. Like, I love Hostel. Don't get me wrong. I think Hostel has such a great... Both of these franchises have such great concepts. But there's just more good Saw movies opposed to just the two good Hostel movies, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, the original Saw trilogy is fantastic, in my opinion. Saws 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, mwah, chef's kiss. Love them. And then you got Saw 6, which is maybe my favorite in the franchise. I really like the final chapter, which I understand why other people don't, but it's fun. It feels like an extension of 6. Jigsaw is Jigsaw, Spiral is Spiral, but then Saw X. Saw X rocks, man. I love Saw X. Socks. So I think I got to give it to I got to give it to Saw, but Hostel is great too. I mean, if there was 10 Hostel movies, there would be a much bigger debate. That's what I will say. But I mean, if I had to drop one, you know what I mean? I couldn't drop Saw. Tobin Bell killing it as Jigsaw. Come on now. I love Hostel, but Saw's got to take that cake in my opinion. Ty Lee is saying I still like Dash Cam. It's fucking wild. Hey, I respect it. I mean, listen, if you can deal with that main character being so fucking annoying, making that 70-ish minute long movie feel like 3 hours, rock and roll, dude. If you vibe with that, you vibe with that. That's all good. I just could not stand her. I was like, dude, 10 minutes into that movie, I wanted to turn it off. I was like, oh my God. And then I'm not going to spoil it, but then what happens with her character is so disappointing in my opinion. It's like, oh man. Just thinking about that movie gets my nutsack in a bunch. I don't know. It just makes me shriveled up. Spree is such a good found footage movie as well. I agree. Madison did not appreciate that last comment. I love Spree to death. This is another one I would love to rewatch. Joe Keery, right, is the star of that one. Joe Keery's fantastic in this movie. He is so fucking creepy. Ugh. He's a scary fuck. And there's some shit in that movie that still scares the hell out of me. Like to get into an Uber. Like the water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That freaks me out, dude. Freaks me out. No, Spree has some excellent psychological horror to it that is so underrated. Has a lot of SNL cast members too, which I think is interesting about it. I can't, oh my God, what's her name? Is it Sashir Zamata or something like that? It's her and Kyle Mooney that are in that movie. You know what I'm talking about? No? I'm actually looking this up because they're excellent in Spree. Both of them. Sashir Zamata. I got that fucking name right. Holy shit. Yeah, her and isn't it Kyle Mooney that's in this too? Yeah, Kyle Mooney's in this. David Arquette is in that. Dewey Riley's in it. Come on now. Yeah, no, it's got an excellent cast. I really do. I love this movie. A lot of fun stuff going on in that one. Saw X was good. The kills were brutal and bloody. Hell yeah. Jake, what are your thoughts on the Blair Witch Project? It's people screaming in the woods for an hour and 40 minutes, dude. That's all it is to me. Here's what I will say, though. If I had seen it in 1999 and had believed that was real, I bet I would have fucking loved it. But you watch it now, it is just people screaming in the woods. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. Do you have something to say? Come here. Come here. No, tell the internet what you want to say about the Blair Witch Project. I want to hear it. Madison did not care for that comment. She disapproves. She loves that movie. Do you love that movie? Why? Why do you like the Blair Witch Project? It's good? That's all you got? It's good? Hit me with something else. Give me a debate here. The cast didn't know about anything going on? And then they're just screaming into the camera. Listen, I can get cold and have boogers come down my nose too. That's all. I'm not winning that. I ain't winning that. She's about to throw hands. She's about to throw hands over here over the Blair Witch Project. No, I mean, listen, here's the thing about it, though. Even though I'm not crazy about it because I just didn't experience it the right way, it is a movie that we will be talking about for years and years and years to come, without a doubt. I mean, it has the most interesting marketing campaign of any horror flick ever. I mean, nothing tops that marketing campaign. I can't think of one movie. I can't think of one movie that has a more interesting marketing campaign than that flick did. So I am excited to see what Blumhouse is going to do with the franchise, which probably the first time that's ever been said. But I'm excited to see how they continue that franchise, see if it goes anywhere. I don't know. I still feel like it's kind of just stuck in time, right? You can't make another Blair Witch movie now with people thinking it's not real. You can't do it the same way, at least. You're kind of just stuck to just giving me a narrative-focused found footage flick like kind of every other franchise. And that's likely what Blumhouse will be doing. And Noah Atkinson is already hitting on that. But I don't know. It just didn't really scare me. It's a movie that doesn't really do anything for me. But had I thought that was true and something real that really happened in those woods, your boy would never be going up to the East Coast ever again. God damn. There's some potentially scary stuff in there had I thought that was real. What else do we got going on? Deadstream is a Halloween staple in my household. I love Deadstream. A very funny, just a hilarious horror movie. I have a good time with this one every time. I bought the steelbook of this one when it came out. This is a movie that comes from Joseph and what's her name? Veronica Winters? That's not right. The Winters. They're a couple that makes horror movies together, which I think is awesome. They made this movie, and then in the same year, they also did a short for VHS 99, and they both have that same flavor of like comedy horror, like humor horror found footage is how I would describe it. Both of those little segments, and they're great. Like, it's great stuff. In both of those. I love Deadstream, though. It is so much fun. It's got some crazy practical effects. So if you're into that, you'll love it. It's got some great little monsters and ghosts running around. Deadstream was fun, man. I will definitely be watching that again this upcoming October. Jordan Caleb is saying, hey, Jake, what's up? How you doing today? I'm good, Jordan. I'm not great, but I'm good. I got a parking ticket this morning for absolutely no reason. Parking right outside my house like I always do. It was crazy. So Jake started off the day swearing and screaming in his in his front yard. I probably woke up the neighbors. No, I'm kidding. But but it's a good day now because I'm streaming and I'm having fun with all my friends here on YouTube. So things have gotten much better. I will say that. I also had a Denny's Grand Slamwich, and literally nothing can make you happier than that. I don't know. So, but Jordan, I hope you're doing good as well. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate you. Aiden V is saying, if you had to pick one of your top 10 horror movies to not exist, what would you pick and why? Shit. I would probably have to pick something I've seen like 1,000 times already, because I've seen it 1,000 times and I could just go through it in my brain. I mean, man. I really got to think about that stuff. I have seen It Follows, 1,000 times. Like, I put that movie on, so, like, if I'm trying to fall asleep or whatever, that soundtrack, it just calms me. I love it. Like, it's wonderful. The track J in particular, I think, is just, gorgeous. It's a beautiful piece that's used in that, composed by Disaster Piece, hilariously enough. I love his music to death. I love that movie so much. But I mean, if I would love to watch it again, though. That's my thing. I've seen it so many times. I know that movie beat for beat. I almost know it word for word at this point. If we were to put it on right now, I could get 80% of the dialogue, probably. I've seen it so many times. So I might have to pick that. I love it. It's a top 10 for me of all time. Near and dear to my heart here, but I've seen it a lot. I guess is my point. Mr. Rick is saying they even made a fake documentary to make it look real, and it was awesome seeing it in the movies not knowing if it's real or not. Dude, again, I can't argue with that. Blair Witch Project, coolest marketing campaign of all time. So much work went into that. I would even say more into that than the movie itself. And I think that's impressive. I think that's so impressive. But that's so funny. You got pulled over by the same cop in the same spot twice in like a 2-month span. When I was younger, he wasn't happy that second time. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. That's no good. You know, what's so weird is like, I never get parking tickets. Never. Like I park in the street all the time. Nothing. Last night, just crazy. It was just nuts. Crazy shit. Did you hear about a movie called A Sacrifice starring Sadie Sink that comes out later this month? Ooh, no, A Sacrifice. No, I did not hear about this. I just heard about the Morfydd Clark movie that's coming out though, and I'm very excited for that. She's an excellent actress, and I loved her in Saint Maud. But no, Sadie Sink movie. Hang on, let's look this up. I totally forgot. I literally just forgot the name of it. A Sacrifice. Okay. Sadie Sink, A Sacrifice. That is going to get me on some kind of list, I think. Typing that up. Does it have an alternate title? I think it does. Berlin Nobody. With a bunch of other people. Eric Bana's in the cast. Hell yeah. Okay. According to Google, it comes out August 1st in Germany. But it's an upcoming psychological drama film written and directed by Jordan Scott, starring Eric Bana, Sadie Sink, yada yada. It is an adaptation of Nicholas Hogg's 2015 novel Tokyo. Okay. I wish there was more of a description here. I got some crazy hiccups right now that I'm fighting. So sorry, everybody. There is a trailer out for it, though. So I'll have to check that out after this. That's a news article from back in May. Okay. I'll have to look into this. I just saw Bloody Disgusting ran an article today detailing the rest of the big releases for 2024. And it was really cool to read through some of those. Some of those I didn't even know about. So I was like, okay. All right. Very exciting stuff. That cop heard you say the first Omen wasn't perfect and decided your morning wasn't going to be. That sucks. I don't think I've ever had such a worse reaction to a movie review was my first Omen one. I mean, dude, beyond the comment section of that video, I got people messaging me and they're like, dude, you're wrong about the first Omen. Watch it again. I don't know. Like it was fine. Like I love that people love it. Makes me happy that so many people were like best horror movie of the year, but I think Immaculate tops it in every aspect. For being a Antichrist horror movie, like I don't know. I had a way better time with Immaculate than I did the first Omen. I was just kind of frustrated with the first Omen by the time we got to the third act. I think the big thing too is I'm a little harsher on sequels sequels, prequels, continuations in general. Like if you're going to market this to me as a prequel to The Omen, that's what I'm expecting. And I just don't feel like it was a very good Omen prequel. Like I loved the first half of that movie. It was great setup. Nell Tiger-Free gives an excellent performance in that first half, but it got so messy with some of the lore and it just felt like the whole goal of the first Omen was to set up more movies. Like that whole ending sequence was like the last nail in the coffin for me, man. I was like, I just do not care for this at all. Like the first half, I was so into it. I was vibing with it. But the moment they started to try to connect stuff to the original film, that's when it just totally lost me. I don't know. That's why I gave it like a 5 out of 10. I feel like that's fair. First half of it is great. Half of it, not so much. But what I will say about the film though, is it's not awful. Like not by any means. I just don't feel like they really tried to push that like agenda of we need to make more of these. We need to make more movies about these characters. And that I'm just like, man, we don't need like 3 more Omen prequels. I'm sorry. Like 1, cool. Hell yeah. That would be fun. Whatever. But I don't know. This is a franchise that is notably not very successful with some of its sequels too. So to push that, I thought was strange. I don't know. I think the first Omen was fine. I think it had some really cool moments. It was shot really well. The score was gorgeous. The casting was phenomenal. There's a lot going for it for sure. Best of the year though, I don't know. It didn't even crack my top 10 personally, but I enjoyed it. It had some good moments to it for sure. And Ralph Ineson too is fantastic in that movie. Him as Galactus, I think, is a great choice. By the way, he's got the voice for it, man. I'll tell you what. I think that's an excellent casting choice. Matthew is with us tonight. What's up, Matthew? How you doing? You like found footage films, but you don't like the Blair Witch Project. Like I said, I just think it's people running around in the woods. I don't know. It's just people running around screaming at each other. You don't see anything really scary. It does nothing for me. If I had thought that it was real, it would be fucking awesome, I bet. Like if I had found that camcorder in the woods and it had that footage on it, I'd be shitting my pants. But it's not real, and I think that's what completely takes away from it here in 2024. Had I seen it in 1999, totally different story. But I'm just not crazy about it. One of my favorite found footage movies, though, is Wreck, R-E-C. I love it to death. It scares the fuck out of me. One of the scariest found footage films I've ever seen in my life. I think it scares the fuck out of me, dude. It's just like people trapped in an apartment building and they got a bunch of zombies coming after them. That to me is so scary. I love it. But I don't know. There's just not a whole lot of tension building there. I don't know. And yeah, Matthew, you can listen, judge all you want. It's all good. It's probably my hottest take. It's probably my hottest take of anything regarding horror. So whenever it gets brought up, we typically have a lot of people who are like, dude, that's a horror classic. It is, not denying that, but I don't know, just not for me. I understand why people like it though. I do. I totally get that. It's a film that I think we could talk about for hours and hours, base entire gigantic videos off of. Just not a film for me personally. Next Tuesday, Godzilla x Kong stop motion, and I believe Immaculate will be released on Blu-ray. Ooh, I gotta pick up stop motion. I've been meaning to watch that one. I heard very good things about it. That might be a blind buy for me. I really want that one. Immaculate needs to go on my shelf. Like, frankly, I have to own that movie. One of my favorites of the year. So fucking scary, so intense, and has the best ending in a horror movie I've seen all year. Like, without a doubt, nothing comes close to Immaculate's ending for horror this year. At least for me, that blew my fucking mind. Was I not just sitting there for 5 minutes afterwards? Like, just she can attest to this. I was just sitting, I mean, jaw dropped, looking at the screen. I couldn't believe what I had just watched for like a good couple of minutes. Yeah, I was completely silent. You were too. Yeah, you were super into it. What? Oh, you couldn't watch it. Yeah, you couldn't even. Madison had to look away. She was too scared of the ending of Immaculate. So I loved it. I don't know. A movie, besides In a Violent Nature, a movie has not impressed me that much in a very long time. That was awesome. Immaculate was sick. You seem to be the only person here who thinks incorrectly, aka the Blair Witch Project is not good. No, it's a beloved movie, and I love that about it. You got to know. You have to know that. And I won't spend too much more time on this, but I do love that a lot of people appreciate this movie, and that's so important. But I'm just not crazy about it. That's all. I think it would be a miss if someone were to just come on here and say it's a bad movie. Who cares about it? No, it's a movie we have to care about. We have to look back on, and anyone who's going to make a found footage flick needs to see it. Frankly, I will say that too. But I don't know. I think many movies have topped it personally. As Above, So Below is my favorite found footage film. That is absolutely a top 10 for me, without a doubt. As Above, So Below fucking rocks. So underrated, does not get talked about enough. Excellent story, excellent scares, and a third act that will make you shit your pants. Don't wear your white pants, ladies and gentlemen. Wear the brown ones. Laura Palmer is saying, Jake, and one more thing about T3. Leone had previously said in one of his interviews he was going to make viewers feel like they had never known Art the Clown. He wants us to hate him. How can Leone do this? I mean, there's good reason to hate Art the Clown right now. I'm just saying, the dude is pretty fucking vile. Especially, here's the other thing too. For those of us who have just seen the Terrifier flicks, I urge you to watch All Hallows Eve. Probably the meanest we have ever seen Art the Clown, interestingly enough. But I do much prefer his performance in Terrifiers 1 and 2 from David Howard Thornton. I like the guy that plays him in All Hallows Eve, but I mean, David Howard Thornton's just a big standout. He brings so much to the character. So I am looming for that energy again. I would love to see that again in Art the Clown, the more mean-spirited stuff, which I think he's still a very mean-spirited killer, don't get me wrong, but I think we're laughing at him more in Terrifier 2 than we are in Terrifiers 1 or All Hallows Eve. We're a little more disgusted with the killer in those flicks than we are in Terrifier 2. So I'm excited to find that, to bring the balance back, if that makes sense, Laura. So I'm really excited to see how he's able to do that. I think a lot of it is going to be much more mean-spirited, though. I think there's going to be a lot less laughs, a lot more cringe, if that makes sense. A lot more reeling back and holy shit, I can't believe that clown just did that shit. So I think the tone is going to change, Laura, to answer your question. I think that's going to be the big thing. A lot more mean-spirited, a lot less funny. But I'm sure Art the Clown is still going to be having a great time this Christmas. His favorite thing to do is kill, after all. Thrilled for San Diego Comic-Con announcements. Am I? Is that you're asking that question? Noah Atkinson, thank you for being a member for 7 months, by the way. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, kind of. I'm excited a little bit. There's, you were saying earlier, Jake needs to watch more blockbuster movies. I'm like, blockbuster movies for me have been so 50-50. Like, sometimes I'm impressed. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, one of my favorite movies of the year. And then there are other movies like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, where I'm like, why did I even pay for this ticket? That was such a waste of time. So I don't know. Blockbusters have been very 50-50, very hot or cold for me. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about how I'm feeling about more blockbuster movies moving forward. I think that's why horror has always had my focus. I'm always the least disappointed from that genre. And Locked, I did not get to see Furiosa on Thursday. I'm so sorry. I had a horrible headache all day Thursday, and I just did not end up getting to do that. I did see The Watchers though, because like for work, and it was fun. It was an interesting movie. Will I do a review? I don't know. I don't have too much to say about the flick, but it was interesting. It was an interesting movie nonetheless. It's not perfect. Probably in the middle of my rankings so far for the year, but it was interesting. San Diego Comic-Con though, roll on. Hopefully we get some exciting announcements. I am excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, though. I am very excited for that. I think that's going to be a good one. I hope. Fingers crossed it's not too Marvel, but we'll see. Wreck with a nice budget and good director could be a fantastic film. I don't want to hear no slander towards the guy that directed Wreck, whose name is completely slipping me. What's this guy's name? Paco Plaza. Paco Plaza is fantastic. He's made a lot of very, very good movies. Veronica is another one that I think is very underrated from him, like all the Wreck movies. What else has he done? I think he's done something else that I just don't know. The Grandmother, I've never seen that. Veronica was interesting though. Veronica was really cool. I love this guy though, man. I don't know. Come on now. Yeah, and Locked, I gotta see Furiosa, man. I just watched Fury Road again, which I really wanted to watch that before seeing Furiosa again, and I don't think there's another movie that holds up quite as well as from my memory. I had seen Fury Road like maybe 2 years after it came out, and it blew my mind. I loved it, but watching it now again, like a little older, you know, and you really appreciate everything that movie does. It's like, wow, this is such an excellent action movie. There's so much crazy shit going on. It's gorgeous to look at throughout the entire flick. And then it's so emotional too. Like, I mean, I was in tears halfway through that movie the other night. When Charlize Theron just breaks down finding out about the green place. Oh my God. Jeez. That one's rough. Furiosa, I'm hearing, is also fantastic. I gotta see it, dude. I need a good blockbuster under my belt, and I'm hearing very good things about this one. It's such a shame that it bombed. Very much so a shame. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what else they end up doing. Hopefully we get more Mad Max movies, man. That's another big thing. I'm curious. I posted some shorts today. I was wondering if anyone watched those. Okay. Got like, that's so funny. One has like 20 views. One has like 270 views. All right. Not bad. Not too shabby. I did want to ask about that. How do you guys feel about Jake doing shorts? Because I'm thinking about going hard with the shorts. That sounded gross. I don't like that. I don't like that sentence. I was thinking about posting more shorts on this page when there's updates on stuff. I can get to it a little faster doing it that way, opposed to just making a big old nasty video. But I was curious about what you guys had to say. You know, I always like to, it's a democratic dictatorship around here. I like to ask people how they feel and then make my own decision, but we'll see. I'm curious what people have to say. My curiosity got the better of me, and I saw In a Violent Nature Tuesday night. Heavy sigh, shaking my head. Next. Ooh, damn, you did not like it. Well, I'm so sorry, my friend. I had a blast with it. I really enjoyed it. The biggest criticism I've heard of the flick is that people thought it was really boring. They thought it was just the guy walking around in the woods the whole movie. I don't know. I was very intrigued. I love seeing things from the killer's perspective. It almost always works for me, not all the time, but in this case it did. It was like seeing things from Jason's perspective the whole time. And I'm always a lot more interested in Jason than I am a lot of the camp counselor characters in a lot of the Friday the 13th movies. So for that, it rocked. I thought it was fun. But I don't know. I had a really good time with it. I think the kills alone make it something worth your time, but I guess not. I guess you just weren't impressed. That makes me sad, Nightfall 3D. I'm sorry you didn't like it. I had such a good time with it personally though. But I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're not into that, if you're not into the seeing it from the other side kind of thing, a little more experimental, a little more artsy, if you're not into that kind of thing, I can see not really being into it. But the kills are brutal. I mean, I think the kills in A Violent Nature top a lot of any Jason Voorhees kills personally, but you know, it's just me. That's just my thoughts. But Nightfall 3D, thank you for the 5, my friend. I'm so sorry you didn't like that movie. I hope you enjoy Maxine when it comes out. That's probably the next really big release besides like Quiet Place, but I don't know. I'm not really like over the moon about A Quiet Place. I guess Maxine is the next one I'm like losing my mind over. I'm like, I can't wait for that one. So Mechanimal is saying shorts are good for Instagram or whatever, but I don't watch them here. However, YouTube pushes them more, so it would be better for the channel. So here's the thing, dude. I'm trying to get past the. I've been really trying to not do the update videos as much. I want to start doing like more like deep dives into just a focused topic, right? Like an upcoming movie, for instance. Like I'm actually thinking about next Friday having a full video just all about Maxine. Everything there is to say about Maxine, just all in one place. The other thing too is the YouTube algorithm either pushes like the shorts, really small videos, or really long videos. And I've been making like kind of in between videos, and I think that's a big reason why my stuff has not been pushed as much as I would like it to. Like I'm getting about the same amount of views as I did like a year ago, and that's a problem in my opinion. So I'm thinking about, I'm trying to make like longer form videos, like opposed to just like 8-9 minute long update videos. I'm trying to do like 15 to 20 minute long, just deep dive videos into some kind of upcoming topic, something big. So that's kind of where my mind is right now. So I like I said, next Friday, I want to do a big video on Maxine and kind of make it like it's a weekly, one big weekly upload from old Jake, opposed to just constant, here's the update, here's the update. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the matter. I do want to keep doing updates, you know. I can't just keep making update videos on the page though. So, Ty Lee is saying if it's minor details about a movie we might not care much about, a short will suffice. Okay, but if it's heavy news about T3 or Scream 7, devote a whole video. And this I agree with too. I think if there's like a big Scream 7 update, of course I'm going to do a whole video on it. Big update on Terrifier 3, yeah, I'm going to do a whole video on it too. And yeah, if it's a big update, I agree with this, Ty. I'll do a whole video on it. But if it's like I find myself doing videos on like, oh, like Alien Romulus was rated R, and it's like, okay, cool, but I don't know if I needed a whole video on that. So that could have been a short. I look back on that video and I'm like, I probably could have done that in 60 seconds opposed to 2 minutes. So I want to make better content for you guys. That's the big thing that's going on in my mind. I want this page to constantly be improving, and there's a part of me that feels like it hasn't been that way. There's a part of me that feels like I'm not pushing forward, just kind of doing the same thing. So I don't want to stagnate. I want to keep making things better. So gonna make that happen here soon. I'm so pumped for Maxine. Been listening to Self Control. Hell yeah, song from the trailer every day. Fucking rocks, dude. I love that one. Nightfall 3D, another $10, dude. Thank you. I like the POV idea, but the kills looked like the director was so focused on getting the practical effects right that they forgot to tell the actors how to act. Oh, so you didn't like the performances? Okay, interesting. I will say the characters didn't really pop for me in A Violent Nature. In A Violent Nature, but I think that was purposeful. Like, again, I was going into this movie expecting like a experimental Friday the 13th. So the characters not being all that interesting felt right at home. It felt like I was watching Friday the 13th Part 3 with gorier kills. And from Jason's perspective. So that's kind of why it worked for me. But I get it. Yeah, the characters were pretty shallow. But I also feel like that was kind of the point, right? The one thing that really does not work about the film for me, Nightfall, is the ending. Like, which, again, no spoilers, but I know, I don't know, can I talk spoilers about it or not yet? I mean, I literally see people putting spoilers for the movie in the chat as I'm saying this. The one thing that didn't work for me was the ending. The ending, which completely focused on the characters again. The moment they made that switch, I was like, I get it. Like, we get it. We get the themes. We get the themes going on here. Henhouse syndrome, but make it supernatural. I don't know. I just that's where the movie lost me. But I loved 90% of it. So, but you weren't crazy about the performances. I can't disagree with that. Again, I can't, because I think that I feel like that was kind of the point, though, I guess is my point. But if you are looking for a slasher with more like vibrant characters who are a little more integral to the plots, you might not find that here. So I get it. That's a very valid criticism of the film, but I vibed with it because I was feeling the Friday the 13th connection, I guess. But Nightfall, thank you for the 10. Again, I'm sad that you didn't like it. Makes me sad. And you're also throwing another 2 in there. Could not agree more about that ending. Yeah, the ending really lost me. I can't even argue that. I don't know. I get reinforcing themes. I do, but it was something that I'm like, okay, I get it. Move on. You know, we the story about the grizzly bear. It's Johnny. I think everyone watching it got that. So, and trust me, I'm not spoiling anything. If you think I am, I don't think I've said anything that's spoilery. So, biggest things about the movie to spoil anyways are what the kills are. If you haven't seen the kills, that's definitely the biggest attraction. And Johnny is a character. A lot of his backstory I found really interesting, as well as the history of the White Pines, which they dive into a lot. There's a lot of good stuff there, especially the ranger scene. Won't say any more than that, but I think that scene really added a lot to the mythos behind that movie. Could not agree more about the ending. Thank you, though, for the $2 again, man. Really appreciate you. Again, we got a lot of good slashers, though, coming up on the horizon. I hope you enjoy those more. Maxine, Terrifier 3, come on now. I think at least one of those has got to be fucking great. Or both, probably. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see, my friends. Squidward Tennis Balls, what's up, bro? How you doing? Just joined the party. Anything I missed regarding Terrifier 3? No, but I do want to throw a question your way, my friend. What are you looking forward to the most in Terrifier 3? And you can't say the kills, because we all are looking forward to that. Come on now. I'm looking forward to like just whatever they're gonna do with Sienna next. I'm very excited to see how her character grows, how she's reacting. You know, after some time has passed from the last flick. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to find out. But no, not a whole lot of updates on Terrifier 3. I've been trying to find something. Not a whole lot going on, unfortunately. Mr. Leone has really just been posting memes about Art the Clown on his page. He's been slowly finding those, which I think is really funny. I don't know if you guys have seen the Art the Clown memes lately, but they've been pretty good. I'm not a big meme consumer, but I've been a big fan of some of those, let me tell you. Bill, what's up, dog? How you doing? Does anyone know when we will have the Terrifier 3 trailer? So nothing is confirmed, but with the release date being in early October, I imagine we get it like at the latest end of July. I can't dude, if we get it later than that, I don't know. I really just don't know. That would make no sense. We have to get it like end of June, early July would be my guess as of right now. So I don't think we have too long to wait before we actually see some footage. Should be coming soon. And dude, Bill, let me tell you, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Old Art the Clown is like my absolute favorite. Nothing gets me more excited. I can't say that on YouTube. Nothing gets me tighter in the pants than Old Art the Clown. See, I said it far away from the mic, so it's okay. Rickle Pickles is saying, hey, Jakey, have you heard anything about the new Evil Dead series? Series? I don't know anything about that. I do know about the 2 new Evil Dead movies and the different directors that they're coming from. I'm very excited for that. I've only seen one of the movies from the 2 Evil Dead projects announced right now. That was Infested, or Vermins, if we're going by the French title. Coming from Sebastian Vienichek. I love that name. I'm so excited to see his take on Evil Dead, which I believe is the next one we're getting, Evil Dead 6. And then the other guy is doing 7. I think. Big question mark. But I'm so excited. I personally loved Evil Dead Rise. It's a great addition to the franchise. Best Evil Dead film? I don't know about that. But I did have a really good time with it nonetheless, and I was so thankful to see it early back in 2023. That was so cool. What a great premiere. Alyssa Sutherland even retweeted my review, which was like, what the fuck? That's awesome. I don't know. Love the cast and crew behind that last movie. And I also just love the approach that Sam Raimi has taken with the franchise. Having different up-and-comers just tackle it. That's so cool. What? Who does that, you know? Anyone else would just be like, you know what? It's my franchise. I'll do what I want with it. No, not this guy. He's given a career to some excellent visionaries in horror like Fede Alvarez, who has a brand new Alien movie coming out this year that is going to friggin' rock. So I don't know. I love everything going on in the Evil Dead franchise right now. Bring it on. 2 more movies? Fuck yeah. That's what I say to that. Fuck yeah, Rickle Pickles. Very excited for it. Squidward is looking forward to a kill that will be visually artistic to the level of the Candles one. It was beautiful. Oh, from the first movie. Okay, I'm like, hang on, wait, what? Candle kill. Yeah, I want some good shots in the next Terrifier. I do agree with that. I think Terrifier 2 is visually stunning, man. Some great stuff. Ooh, I just got a big update from my brother about something. Very cool, very cool. Apologies. No, I'm hoping for some good kills. I'm hoping for some good shots. I like that. It's a good answer, Squidward. I like that. The candles in the first movie. We got to that. How do we feel about the Terrifier Pale Girl? Want more or less? I could take her or leave her. Really? Oh, man. I thought she was such a great addition to Terrifier 2. I would actually be quite upset if she's not in Terrifier 3. I really think she adds a lot to again, the mythos, the background of who Art the Clown is. I feel like all of our answers lie there. A big reason I think that too is just listening to the behind the scenes commentary from Damien Leone, the way he talks about this character. It's clearly like Art's guardian angel, but I do believe she's more of a demon. But we'll learn more about that in Terrifier 3 probably. I will say though, we don't have confirmation if she's coming back for this new one or not. I hope so. Fingers crossed. I think we would be missing something without her. In a way, it would make me kind of sad. But I feel like she has to come back based on whatever the explanation is going to be for who Art the Clown is. But we'll just have to see which route they end up going with Terrifier 3, because we do know that he wants to get away from the supernatural a little more. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think you can have a little bit of supernatural and still keep it scary. Just don't make the whole movie about that, and that's all good. I'm all about the dark, grindhouse feel of the first one, kind of getting back to that if we can, but with a good story. Hell yeah. No, I'm excited to see more of that for sure. John Carpenter would let a paper bag direct one of his favorite installments, his franchise installments. Man gives no fucks anymore. I think I just reposted a clip of John Carpenter talking about Halloween Ends, and I just think it's the fun, like the way he is just so brutally honest about everything is so funny to me. He's like, I think David Gordon Green's a great filmmaker. I wasn't crazy about what he did in Ends, but he's like, I think he's a great filmmaker, and I think he's better than Rob Zombie, which, like, that is so fucking fun. That is so fucking funny to me. I don't know. Like, he just cracks me up. Great guy. At 10 out of 10 human being. I love him with every fiber of my being. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're right. He doesn't really give any fucks anymore. Is he kind of just in it for the money? I mean, he's literally admitted that multiple times. He really only cares about that first movie. So I love John Carpenter though. And I get it. I get it. He wanted this franchise to be this jukebox of horror, and it's turned into this Michael Myers, suck and fuck fest. So I get it. Trust me. I get it from his perspective. JT Owsley, what's up, dude? There's 2 movies I'm anticipating more than the rest: Maxine, Alien Romulus, and Nosferatu. And I will be seated for Terrifier 3. So 4. Okay, I got you. So include 4 of my most anticipated movies this year. Dude, and I'm very excited for all of those as well. Those are probably, I mean, out of everything else coming out this year, those are probably my 4 most anticipated. I'm very excited to learn more about the 7th installment in the VHS franchise as well. I love that franchise. I know some people don't, and I get it. I get why. But those movies are so much fun to me. I just picked up VHS 85 recently, and I can't wait to rewatch it, if I'm being honest. So I'm very excited to learn more about that. Last we heard, I believe from producer Brad Miska, was that it was coming out sometime this year, probably in October. So I'm excited. We know nothing about it besides that it's going to space this time. So it will likely be the goofiest entry yet. But is that such a bad thing? That's what I say. I don't know. I think a lot of those movies are goofy, and that's what I love about them. So I'm excited. But those are the ones I'm definitely the most excited for sure, JT. Although I'll tell you what, don't be sleeping on Cuckoo and Longlegs. That's all I'm saying. Those movies look brutal. The Longlegs marketing and the Cuckoo marketing. I mean, some of the best I've seen all year, maybe ever in my career. Some good shit coming from those movies, I think. Rickle Pickles is saying we should get the Thing remake, but directed by Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele doing The Thing. Interesting. I love Jordan Peele, but he would not be my first choice, if I'm being completely real. Jordan Peele doing The Thing. What would that be? What would that be like? I would imagine Jordan Peele would want to set it in... No, he would want to go. He would want to go to Antarctica. It would have to have some kind of commentary. You know what I mean? I feel like fans of The Thing would not be into that. Because, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of commentary in The Thing, but that's not really the focal point at all, right? I mean, this is a movie much more about the who is it? You know, there's the paranoia of oh my God, my friend's turned into a monster, or a monster is emulating the looks and personality of my friend. It's more about the scares. It's more about the scariness. Jordan Peele, I mean, he would have some excellent characters, that's for sure. Probably a great soundtrack, be shot so well, like be an absolutely gorgeous film. But I feel like fans of The Thing wouldn't be a huge fan of that choice, if you get what I'm saying. He would want to implement some kind of commentary into it, that I feel like the fans wouldn't be super big into. But I'm trying to think of who would be a great director. I mean, I would love to see maybe like Fede Alvarez do a continuation of The Thing. I think that would be great. He understands making a gory, crazy, fun movie. And that's kind of what I want from The Thing, you know, moving forward. I want this to be a slow burn procedural, trying to figure out who the fuck it is, and then constantly having them erupt in your face. I mean, the first time you saw The Thing and the guy's fucking, you know, the thing opens up or whatever, that scared the fuck out of me, man. That's what I want from a new The Thing. So Fede would probably be my first choice. I'm trying to think who else though. Like, I mean, anyone who's done an Evil Dead movie would be great. Anyone who's done some like sci-fi horror. Oh, dude, fucking what's his face? Panos Cosmatos would be such a good choice for The Thing movie. That would be excellent. You got to do practical effects this time too, because what the fuck, 2011? What's going on, bro? Can't wait for Cuckoo. It's going to be so good. Hell yes. A trailer has not scared me as bad as that one, maybe ever. Oh my God. That shot where you see like the shadow of the dude with the hand up, like racing after her when she's on the bike. Every time I see that, just like goosebumps, man. Yikes. Yikes. Nightfall 3D is saying, I agree, the Pale Girl was a great addition, like a middle finger to parent groups who've been concerned about the horror's impact on kids. I saw The Exorcist when I was 10, been a genre fan ever since. And yeah, that's another thing that I love about the character, Nightfall 3D, is that it's literally inspired by the little girls who would dress up like Art the Clown and come to horror conventions. That's wonderful. And Damien Leone felt the need to involve that somehow in his next piece of the pie. And I don't know, for me, that's wonderful. I think that's it's such a wholesome thing from this horrifying and visceral movie. So I don't know, I feel like she's a very important piece of the puzzle. I feel like there's a lot of people who are actually coming to these movies for that character specifically. And I don't know, I feel like it's very important, especially for the kids that do end up watching it. Because let's be honest, you know, kids are gonna watch this movie whether people like it or not. You know, that's just the way the world works. There's brutal shit out there, you know. Why hide your kid away from it opposed to just showing it to them in a safe way like horror movies? That's what I say. I don't know. That's my approach to it mentally, but we all have different opinions, and that's all good. Locked is saying, I've heard that The Thing, whether intentionally or not, was commentary on the AIDS epidemic of the time. I just read this same thing about The Fly, and I never picked that up about The Fly, but a lot of people have interpreted that movie the same way. Yeah, I again, another thing that I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it is something that people picked up on the film. I love when shit like that happens, though. I love when you can interpret a movie in a way that the creatives didn't even really intend on. I think there's so much truth to your art takes on its own life form in a weird sort of way, and I'm kind of fascinated with that. I love that. The Night of the Living Dead, I think, is such an excellent example of that too. Having a black male lead when that was kind of unheard of at the time, and it's such a powerful film for that reason. I love it. I think I don't know. It's another wonderful thing that Romero has said was not intentional, but it's a great thing about the movie that makes it so much more powerful considering the time period that it came out. So I love Night of the Living Dead. It means so much to horror, and it's a very progressive film, whether accidentally or on purpose. It's wonderful. It's a great movie. Softy Brothers. Ooh, interesting. Could gather the tension needed for a Thing remake. That's a great point, Manny's Matic Media. Thank you for being a member, by the way. Very interesting. Okay. The Safdie brothers. I mean, I think about the tension building in Uncut Gems. It's excellent, dude. I mean, it is one of the most tension-filled movies I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. I still don't care for the ending at all, but Uncut Gems it's a brilliant movie, man. It is a lot going on there. But I don't think I've ever been so like I wasted my time ever with a movie than the ending of that flick. Oh my God. Brutal. But yeah, I agree. I think they would land that tension for sure. They understand how to do that. You originally read that The Blob was a commentary on the spread of communism. I could see that. Everyone forming together into one big blob and taking over. Yeah, I mean, it's all right there. There's a lot of that from that time though. I mean, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is total commentary on communism. So there's some great stuff. Some great stuff. It always cracks me up when people are like, man, why would, horror and movies nowadays start putting commentary and stuff? They didn't do that back in the day. And then it's like, you go back to the 50s and it's like, yeah, they were doing that back then, dog. Movies have always had commentary in them. I don't know. It cracks me up. People make me laugh. Jake, you really liked The Fly. Do you like the sequel with Eric Stoltz? Yes, I do like the sequel. It's not nowhere near as good as the first one, but it is very interesting. It's directed by the guy that did the special effects for the first one too, I believe. I think I can't remember if that's true. Don't quote me on that, but it's a very fascinating film. I think the thing that I love so much about The Fly 2 is that the special effects are phenomenal throughout the entire third act. The problem with it is that they try to recreate the tragic love story from the first movie, and it's just not done very well, in my opinion. I wish they had given us some kind of different tragedy, if that makes sense, some different kind of story. They try really hard to connect it to that first movie. Like they're constantly reminding you this is a sequel to The Fly, and I think that's its biggest problem. I kind of wish they had just tried to make their own movie with the same concept, if that makes sense, for the love of rock. But it is a really fun movie nonetheless. It's a very good watch, I would say. I bought the Fly box set maybe like a year ago now. It's sitting right by my TV. I'm actually about to do a rewatch of both of those movies, and yeah, I love it. No, the sequel's interesting. It's worth a watch if you've seen the 1986 one. Give the sequel a watch. It's got some great practical effects. That's worth your time for just that alone. But is the story great? It's fine. It's not bad. Infinite Sky, you're not too late at all. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Hi there. Hello. Infinite Sky, I don't think I've ever asked you this. What is your profile picture? Like, I feel like I've seen that before, but I'm not 100% sure what that is. So I'm curious to know. Marley Kai, what's up, dude? How are you today? I'm good myself, and I've seen a giant military plane crash. What? Dear God. I hope you're okay. Yikes. It's wild shit. Welcome in, dude. Welcome in. Infinite Sky is saying Fire in the Sky did inspire Nope, especially the abduction scene of Travis Walton and the Star Lasso experience in Nope. Oh, for sure. No, without a doubt. Nope has a lot of interesting inspirations. I mean, like, Jaws, Close Encounters, Fire in the Sky. I mean, I'm trying to think what else. I love a lot of the commentary in Nope. I love the characters in Nope. Nope is, I don't know. It is an excellent movie. I feel like there's an argument to say that it's Jordan Peele's best. I don't know. I mean, I think Get Out will kind of always be his best for the impact that it had, but Nope is just such a well-made film. Oh my God. The more I watch it, the more I fall in love with it. A lot going for that one. There's something nefarious afoot. There sure is. Oh, dude, Nightfall 3D, it did get the green light. Oh, I don't know. Dude, oh, shit. We got to talk about this. The Blob reboot is happening. So this is happening with director David Bruckner, who, if you don't know that name, he did the most recent Hellraiser film, which was excellent. And he's also done like movies like The Ritual, The Night House. I'm trying to think of more stuff that you guys would know. He did one of the segments for VHS 85, but again, I don't know if that's super popular. The Ritual, and the original VHS too. Yeah, he does the, what the fuck is his name? The Siren one. It's got a certain name though. I can't remember, but Oh my God. Yeah, I love a lot of his movies, though. Some great stuff from him. I'm very excited to see what this is all about, this new Blob movie. But yeah, no, that is happening. That got confirmed earlier this year. I did a little video on it, and I was like, listen, I know no one's gonna watch this, but this is like the most excited I've been about a horror update in a very long time. I love the Blob from like I think it's '88, right? I mean, it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's so well done. It's so scary. An excellent score, excellent story and score. That's what I'm trying to say. Some great stuff there. So I don't know. I'm very excited to see what they end up doing there. Am I going to cover The Boys season 4 next Thursday? That's next Thursday, isn't it? Shit. I'm going to try. I'm going to do everything in my power to cover that. I'm covering a lot right now, but I will try to do that. I'm really trying to get this gaming channel off the ground, man. It's tough. But I want to start doing more reviews on the page and less like, okay, here's a little snippet of an update on stuff. Here's just the entirety of how I think about a upcoming movie based on some of the updates we've gotten. That's more so what I'm going to try to bring to the page moving into next week here. So really the only video that I know I'm going to make next week is a big thing on Maxine. I just want one big video coming out next Friday talking about all the updates we've gotten for Maxine, everything there is to know about it, and how I feel about it after presenting all the information. So I know I'm doing that next week. I'll probably be working on it all week, and I'm hoping to bring a lot of gaming channel videos out as well. So if you want to see constant uploads from Jake, go subscribe to Golgotha, which if you're like, what the fuck is that, Jake? What's going on? If you go to my main homepage and you scroll all the way to the bottom to the section that says more epic channels, there's something that says Golgotha, a channel that only has 84 subscribers. Go subscribe to it. I'm going to be uploading like fucking crazy over there, playing the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game and a bunch of other indie horror games that I'm very excited to play, and hopefully you guys will check that out. That'd be kind of cool. So next couple videos I'm posting will probably be that kind of stuff. And then I will also be doing constantly doing reviews on adult animation stuff over on Groovy Smoothie as well. So on Monday, I will have a new video on Smiling Friends Season 2, the new episode that's coming out Sunday night. And then a big video on Maxine next week. Bunch of gaming videos too. So I'm very excited for it. A lot of fun stuff on the horizon, my friends. Daniel K, what's up, dog? Love the profile picture. Finally made it into a stream. I'm on vacation, so I missed the live notification. You're all good, dude. Just wanted to say the horror community is the best. Yes, you know what? The horror community is the best. I put a goofy little post up on Instagram today. I was having a tough morning. I got a parking ticket. It was a whole thing. I was like, what the fuck? I went to Denny's to make it better, which was awesome. But the horror community responded to that goofy little post, and they're just like, are you okay, dude? Like, is everything good? And I'm like, no, it's just a joke. I'm just messing around. I had to make another post too, but y'all are so kind. Y'all are just the sweetest people. Can I say? Oh my God. I don't know. Nothing but blessings from this wonderful community. I'm just a very lucky guy. It's great stuff. We need to see Art make a snow angel in Terrifier 3. But what about a blood and guts angel out of people that he's like ripped apart? Like, could you see that? Like, doing this shit? See, that would be great. He kills like that entire family that we saw like in the teaser trailer, and then he's just like running around in their blood and guts. That'd be so much fun. I would love that. Daniel K, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for being a channel member, and I hope you're having fun on your vacation, dude. Holy crap. I wish I was there with you. Yurdy G, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? What's up, mofo? Give us a Tales from the Crypt reboot, co-written by James Wan and Jordan Peele, but directed by Mike Flanagan. Oh my God. All those people coming together, Yurdy G, I would cream my shorts. That is fantastic. I love that. I love that combination right there. Tales from the Crypt, I can't believe that hasn't gotten a big reboot, to my knowledge at least. I mean, we got Creepshow over on Shudder, you know? It's like, why hasn't Tales from the Crypt come back? That'd be fun. Be fun to see. For sure, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, by the way, Yurdy G. I'm excited to be working with you here in the future. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, Rickle Pickles, am I making Red Right Hand 2? No, probably never. But what I am working on, though, I'm working on a brand new short film. It is a slasher. I can't really say more than that, but I'm very excited for you to see it. If any channel members out there know about it, I've done some update videos for that only patrons and channel members can see. And I don't know, you might see it somewhere else other than YouTube. I don't know. I can't really say more than that, but I'm very excited for you to see it. We're working very hard on it day and night. Anytime you don't see me posting videos on here, it's because I'm working on that shit. So I have been a busy fella, but I'm really excited for you to see this short. It is, it's wonderful. It's the first like real original thing I've ever done because, you know, Red Right Hand was fun, but it was like, it had to be connected to Scream. And there was times when I was writing it where I was like, oh man, kind of wish I could make this its own thing, but you got to have the phone call. You got to have the ghost face. You got to have the reveal, you know? So it was fun to kind of just be like, okay, let loose, do whatever you want. And oh my God, I'm so excited. We made something really special. And again, I said this earlier, I'll say it again. If you're not impressed in the first 60 seconds, I don't know what to tell you. The first 60 seconds are fucking crazy and so awful, but it's fun stuff. Excited for you guys to see it. All right, I got one more little chat, and I think old Jake's going to be logging off. Noah, unfortunately, I just don't have a release date for the short yet. I don't know when it's going to be released because, like I said, there's more to it than just the short. I can't say more than that. I really can't. I'll get in trouble if I do, but it's coming. You guys will see it at some point. I promise. It will be released soon. But yeah, okay. Old Jake's I gotta get some sleep. Your boy's tired. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I appreciate that, Aiden V. I will be live again this upcoming Monday. The stream is already set up on the page, so check this out on 7 o'clock Monday night. Eastern time, that is, of course. So have a fun weekend. I hope you guys all have a great time. I'll be posting a bunch of videos next week. I'm excited for you guys to watch them. And I can't wait to hang out with you guys Monday, Thursday the 13th, and then that Friday as well for some streams. It's going to be a fun week. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.